Thank you for joining me for another episode of Sobriety Reset and welcome to Sober October. We're actually going into like this mainstream non-drinking period, right? It's Sober October, no booze November, Detox December, and Dry January. So for the next few months, you might be hearing a lot of this in mainstream about people not drinking. So I want to talk to you today about what do you say to people, whether it's your friends, your coworkers, your family, what do you say to them about you not drinking? Because for a lot of us, it's really hard in the very beginning and you don't really know what to say to people. So I'm just going to give you some simple language. But first, I want to separate these groups into safe people and not so safe people. They can be any of these categories of friends, family, and coworkers. Those are usually the people who are in your life that you might need to have conversations with about why you're not drinking, and you need to be prepared with a response. So let's just talk about the safe people first, because that's really easy. We can just get that out of the way. Chances are your friends, your family, maybe even the safe coworkers, people you're really close to at work, they already know. They already know that you have a problem with drinking. The one thing to keep in mind is people will receive information with the same level of energy that you deliver it. So instead of being like, eyes down, like, oh God, I'm gonna not drink for the next 30 days. I feel so bad about it, blah, blah. They will be like, oh shit, okay, like, okay, how can I support you? And then it's like serious and heavy. And if that's how you want to roll, that's fine. Sometimes it's okay to be like that with safe people. It's like, be your true, authentic self. Maybe you're feeling bad in the moment. However, if you position this from a place of empowerment, it's actually good for you too. And you're like, hey, it's Sober October, it's no booze November, it's detox December, it's dry January. I'm going to try this experiment where I just going to see how I feel about it. So you can just kind of do this in a lighthearted, but grounded and committed kind of a way. It doesn't have to be rooted in shame, like I hate myself. I have to quit drinking. And, for a lot of people, that's how it is. That's how it was for me. I hated who I was. I needed to quit drinking. So it was like, oh my God. But for a lot of people, that's not how it is. You don't have to hit rock bottom to decide that you need to quit drinking. So if you want to talk to people that are in the not safe category, I just want to give you some language. Sometimes we just need to know what to say to sort of let people know. First of all, it's like, well, do I have to let people know? Well, no, actually, you don't. You don't have to make some big declaration at work or with your, friends who are sort of considered your drinking buddies. Like if your relationships with your friends are centered around alcohol and partying and stuff like that, that's going to be a little more of a challenge because they're invested in you as their party buddy. So sometimes it's hard for them to hear. It's better to sort of say things ahead of time rather than walking into a situation and having to say no and explain in the moment. And so, like, family members that are maybe safe or unsafe, it doesn't really matter. If you're going on vacation, you're going to be spending holidays with them. It's better to give them a heads up ahead of time and deal with the awkwardness, like over the phone or over text. I'm running this experiment. I'm going to see how I feel. I just need your support. And I just wanted to let you know because otherwise, like I had a client who walked into a family function and her uncle was her drinking buddy. And she had to explain to him in the moment. And he was like disappointed. Like he wasn't expecting it. He didn't know it was coming. And so he had some feelings about it. And it made the situation awkward. My suggestion in the beginning is just to keep it light. For people that are unsafe, you can say things like, I'm just not drinking right now. I'm doing a challenge. This is where I found people in social situations who would be like, hey, what are you drinking? Can I grab you a drink? I always walk into parties and the first thing I do is go get a drink. And sometimes I put a lime in it. I used to do this when I was in sales all the time. I would go to the bar first. I would get club soda and cranberry juice and put a lime in it, but no alcohol, right? Obviously. And that way I was holding something so nobody would ask me if I wanted a drink. So that was the first thing. But if, my drink is running low, someone says, hey, can I get you another one? You're gonna be like, hey, I'm driving. I have an early morning tomorrow. I'm doing a cleanse, something like that. It's that you give them a reason, but you know what you're going to say sort of when people ask you if you want a drink. The other thing I recommend, not just what to say in these situations, but what to do. There's some things that you can do to actually get through these social situations, feeling supported and not being triggered. I usually tell somebody that I'm not drinking. There's like a sober buddy or an accountability person that I can tell it's like, hey, I'm not drinking and I just need your support. If someone starts pressuring me to drink, can you pull me away? Just basically run interference for you. The second thing I'm always sure to do is to drive myself to these events. Like if I'm starting to feel uncomfortable, I need to just be able to leave when I need to. I'm not worried about taking care of anybody else's feelings. I will literally just ghost everyone and just leave. My feelings are my responsibility. I am not responsible for how anybody else feels. And I can always make an excuse later, right? Especially when I was at work and I would just disappear. People would be like, hey, where'd you go? And I'd be like, oh, I had to get up early. I had to go for a run in the morning or whatever. Forgiveness is easier than permission. And the truth is that most of the time they don't even notice. So be prepared with an excuse, have a buddy, and be sure that you can leave when you need to. And don't worry about what other people think. The truth of the matter is nobody's thinking about you as much as you think they are. Most people are just thinking about themselves. So that's it for today. I hope that helps you decide what to say to people when you are first quitting. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop those in the comments. Reach out to me on social media. I would love to hear what works for you too. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next Sobriety Reset.